Leonard Floyd, he's 31. That's bad. He's older, long in the tooth. You want to get younger, but you pay for younger. You want production, you want consistency, you love this deal. If you're somebody that complains about injuries, you love this deal. If you're somebody that complains about how much we pay players, Leonard Floyd, this is a very, very level-headed bargain price for a defensive end in the NFL. The standard going rate for edge rushers is $1.5 million per sack, okay? He got a 2-year, $20 million deal. Now it can reach up to $24 million. At only $12 million is guaranteed. So it really kind of screams, I'm going to be honest with you, like a 1-year deal that could turn into 2. But if $1.5 million is kind of the going rate for edge players, which it is, that's kind of, look at the Brian Burns deal. He got about $1.5 million per sack. That equals what it is. You got a steal here. Not a steal. I don't want to say steal. It's a value deal. Zadarius Smith signed almost the exact same contract with a little bit more money, a little bit more higher ceiling, a little bit more guaranteed, about 5 minutes after the 49ers announced that they signed Leonard Floyd. And it's funny because I think Zadarius Smith is a better player than Leonard Floyd, but injuries and down years, last year was a down year. 2 years ago, he played 1 game. Now, if you look at Leonard Floyd, he's the exact opposite. Dude hasn't missed a game in 6 consecutive seasons. So again, you're somebody that complains about injuries and whatever. It's pretty frustrating to see some of those same people still getting upset at this sign. I don't understand. What the hell do you want? You want Michael Jordan at all positions? That's not reality. And I understand we play that game. The fantasy mindset applies whenever we're talking free agency. I want Danielle Hunter. I want Christian Wilkins. I do. We all do. It's not really how it works. It's not how it works. And so the 49ers go get this dude who, guess what? Brandon Staley, you bring in as your assistant head coach, was with them in Chicago when they drafted him. With the Bears. He was an outside linebacker under Vic Fangio, so he was there with him in Chicago. Whenever Brandon Staley went to the Los Angeles Rams as the defensive coordinator, guess what? He brought him with him. And now that he's with the 49ers, guess what? Brought him with him again. And so this is something that, guess what? He's an outside guy, not a Shanahan guy. But now that we have Brandon Staley, this is somebody that's been with them not once, not twice now. This would be the 3rd different team that he's been with Leonard Floyd. It works. This guy has had at least 9 sacks 4 consecutive years in a row. You look at, here's his sack totals. We'll go backwards. This year, in 2023, he had 10.5 sacks. That's freaking awesome. Last year with the Rams, 9. 2021 with the Rams, 9.5. 2020 with the Rams, 10.5. Come on, man. Dude's been consistently productive, and I know somebody's screaming at the freaking TV or phone or wherever you're watching, listening. Sacks aren't the ultimate indicator, and they're not. And I'm not here to tell you Leonard Floyd's going to get 10 sacks. That's not what I'm trying to say. There are downfalls. Age, that's an issue. Pass rush productivity, right? If you're a PFF analytics guy, PFF does not like Leonard Floyd. If for those of you that's like, oh, there's more to edge than playing, than just sacks. And I agree with that statement. But there are 3 players in the NFL, 3, that could say they've had 9 or more sacks 4 consecutive years in a row. 3. One of those, Leonard Floyd. Shout out to Josh DeBow on Twitter. The other 2 guys that could say this, Myles Garrett, Hassan Riddick. And those guys are getting paid a considerable amount more money. You're getting him on a much, 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 much cheaper deal. He brings with him, 6 straight years without missing a game. That's incredible, right? Durability has been a concern for the Niners, and they have shifted dramatically how they target players. It started 3 years ago, after Javon Kinlaw, actually. They went and got guys like Ebukam, who never missed games, right? Arden Key, and you can go on and on and on. John Feliciano, you go get all these guys that just don't miss time. And surely Leonard Floyd falls into that. So you're getting that consistency. Plus, he's had success. He's been a part of a Super Bowl winning team. He's played 9 career playoff games, 5 sacks in those 9 career playoff games, 8 quarterback hits, 5 tackle for losses. Not amazing stats, but he's not an amazing stat guy. That's not what he is. Now, last year with the Bills, he played predominantly on the defensive left side, which is Bosa's favorite. And now Leonard Floyd's played a lot on the right, but if we're just looking at 2024, here's Leonard Floyd's snap count. 442 snaps from the defensive left, 173 snaps from the defensive right. And then there's some sprinkled in all over there, stunts and whatever, but predominantly left side. Now, if you are a person that really likes to be miserable, I got you. Let me give you guys something to eat. And there's a lot of those, and I get it. Because we didn't get your guy. We didn't, Daniel Hunter sitting out there. Why would you go get that guy who's amazing? But once you see what he's going to get paid, I think it's going to make sense. PFF scores are not great for Leonard Floyd. And on a snap-by-snap analytics approach, he leaves a lot wanting. Listen to these PFF grades just from 2024. Now, remember, he had 10.5 sacks this year, but on a snap-per-snap basis, 58.7 overall grade. Not good. 56.1 against the run. Not good. 29.2 tackle grade. Awful. Missed tackles are a major concern. He had 11 missed tackles last year. Now 2022 was a better year. He had 6. But in 2021, 18 missed tackles. 2020, 10 missed tackles. It's been an issue. It's been an issue. Can Chris Kusarek help with some of that and all that, whatever else? We'll see, but that's an issue. That is an issue. What's up, my man, Rob, the man? So what's up, JC? Decent signing, but need more, honestly. Yeah, this is not a push you over the top move. It's not. That's not what it is. But you got a good starter at a value deal while he's still in production mode. And, I put this out on Twitter, and I'll ask you guys: 4 consecutive years over 9 sacks. So my question to you is this, and I want to see what you guys say in the chat. If Leonard Floyd has 9 sacks this year, exactly 9, not over 9, just 9 sacks, which has been his kind of par, right? How would you feel about this deal? If Leonard Floyd has 9 sacks this year, would you love it? Meh, it's about what he should do, or would you be disappointed? Now, keep in mind, what has the opposing defensive end done since we've had Nick Bosa? We haven't had anybody do 9. And I think the closest we got to it was Arden Key, and a lot of his sack production came from the inside when we were doing the NASCAR package. But how would you feel? So I asked this on Twitter. I asked this exact same question. Leonard Floyd gets 9 sacks, 2024 season. How do you feel? Great, meh, underperformed. Underperformed 3%. And now this is 1,100 plus votes in less than an hour. So it's a large sample size. Meh said 28%. And great, 68%. I would feel great. If you told me we would guarantee get 8 sacks, I'll lower the bar. This is a great signing, right? Stick with that whole $1.5 million per sack. He's got $12 million guaranteed. 8 is exactly that number. 8. Now it's a 2-year deal. We'll have to see how it comes out because it might be a 1 year with a void. I don't know. The financials might be interesting, but good Lord, if you could hit 8 sacks, which is $12 million value, then the second year is all butter. I ain't mad about that at all. I'm not upset about that at all. Right here, Vader, Jackson and Bill are big question marks. Yes. If we look at how many snaps did Robert Bill play last year, I mean, I really like him, and that's Josh's favorite guy. He played 39 defensive snaps last year, Robert Bill Jr. You can't count on that. You can't count on that. There's no way. So that's kind of what it is. Right here, MVP says 9 sacks would be good. This would help Bosa out as well. And yeah, like, do you guys know how many sacks Bosa had last year? You know what I mean? Like, let's put it in context. Nick Bosa had 10.5 sacks, the exact same amount of sacks that Leonard Floyd had last year with Buffalo. So, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's there. It's there, and I really hope that we can compound these two things. That's what you want, but we'll see. And let's be honest as well with the snap count stuff. He played a lot fewer snaps. He only played 627 snaps for Buffalo last year. That's the fewest he's played since 2018. Whenever he was with LA, he was playing a lot. Listen to the 3 years. 2020 played 1,040 snaps. 2021, 1,134 snaps. Insane. 2022 with the Rams, 932. He dropped down to 627. That is a huge drop. Now, if we look at the 49ers and our snap counts just on the defensive side of the ball, let me pull this up. Like, what does that look like? Okay. Just defensive line last year, Nick Bosa played 1,022 snaps. That's a lot. Hargrave, 775. Armstead, 661. Kinlaw, 544. Chase Young, 485. We traded for him halfway through the season, so that's what that is. Cleveland Farrell, 471. So you can see, like, look, you're telling this guy, we just want you to come in and play the same amount of snaps. We want you to play about 600 snaps. That's what we want him to do.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.